Well, hi there, boys and girls. Today we're going to solve some equations using some trig identities. I'm also going to show you how to check these on your calculator. I already have these typed up, and I'm going to just go ahead and screen shade this down. So let's just walk through this example. 4 cosine squared equals 3. The first thing you're going to do is try and get your theta by itself. So just divide both sides by 4. And then, after that, we're going to take the square root of both sides. So the first thing we did is divided by 4. Then we're going to take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root, you want to go ahead and put a plus and minus in front of that number. Now the square root of 3 is just the square root of 3, and the square root of 4 is 2. And you can take the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom. So that's what's happened there. Then you have to figure out these angles where this is true. This is true at plus and minus 30 degrees and plus and minus 150 degrees plus 360n. This is when you have it like this in degrees, you have to find the general solutions. Now, if you don't know how you got that, or how I got that, you can draw yourself a little triangle. Man, we've done this a whole bunch. Put your little theta here. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. This opposite side is a 1. What is this angle right here? Well, this angle is 30 degrees. But also, there's another place where cosine is negative, and that's negative square root of 3 over 2, and this would be 150 degrees. And since we have plus or minus, I need this 30-degree reference angle in all 4 quadrants. So that's why we have 30, we have 150, we have 210, and we also have 330 degrees. So that is your solution for that. Now let's do another one. Okay, screen shade down. All right, this one should be, I need to correct this. This should be a 1. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the signs together on the same side. So I'd subtract sine x from both sides. And if you move sine x over here, you get 2 sine x. And then when you divide through by 2, that's why you get sine x equals negative 1/2. Now here we're just going between 0 and 2 pi. So we first of all get our general solutions. Our general solutions where sine is negative 1/2. And again, if you don't know where I'm getting this, then you haven't been paying attention for the last several months since the beginning of school. Sine is negative in quadrants 3 and quadrant 4. So you can come draw yourself a little triangle. Put your x right here. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, negative 1 over 2. This would be a square root of 3. This is again a 30-degree reference angle. So that's why this answer is negative pi over 6 plus 2 pi n. The other place where sine is negative is over here in quadrant 3. And you do the same thing there. It's opposite over hypotenuse. This would be negative square roots of 3. And that's how we get the, that's a weird square root symbol. That's how we get the 7 pi over 6 solution. But we only want the answers between 0 and 2 pi. So we are going to say the answer is 7 pi over 6. That's this rotation right here. And then all the way around to here is 11 pi over 6. So that's going to be our 2 solutions for that. Okay, last example before I show you how to do something on the calculator is I don't ever want you to divide through by a function or divide through by a variable. You want to get things on the same side of the equal sign and then factor it out. So when you don't want to divide through by sine x, you will definitely lose one or more solutions. Where'd I go? Edit, see if I can undo that. Undo, move, screen shade. Undo, move, screen shade. Where'd you go? Okay, well that was just weird. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so you factor out a sine x and you get that x is 0 and pi, and then also you have to set secant x minus 1 equal to 0, and that happens when secant is 1, secant is the reciprocal of cosine, so that happens when cosine is 1, and so we've got pi n and 2 pi n, and so that's like 180, 360, 540, 720, blah blah blah. So we're going to combine these and we can get pi n as the answer. Real numbers means we need a general solution here. Okay, so I want to show you how to do this on the calculator. And we're going to go to the F2 button. And we are going to solve an equation. And the equation we're going to solve is that one from number 2. So I'm going to do sine x minus 1 equals, and we had, I think, 3 sine x. So 3 sine x. Then you do comma x. That means with respect to x. Then you close parentheses, and now we're going to give it an interval. So I'm going to use this little bar button here, such that x is greater than 0. Then we need the AND statement. The AND statement is second math. We come down here to test, over to AND. I also want x to be less than 2 pi. So that's how you put an interval there. Hit enter, and it says 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. So anyway, I wanted to show you how to do that on your calculator as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Deuces.